Welcome back to another video. Our trip to Malaysia would not be complete without running through the facility and showing you guys just some random animals. So we're going to be showing you some inverts, some venomous, whatever, just things that catch our eye that some of you guys are kind of interested in, I'm sure. And we're going to start with all of our eggs. So a lot of the markings on these boxes, I don't know exactly what they are, but we did go through them already with our manager here, and so I think I can kind of remember what these are. So I think some of them are actually hatching. So as we go through, we'll take a look and see what we can find here. The majority of these are going to be Gonyosoma eggs based on the shape. We're looking at, I believe, Gonyosoma. We have quite a bit. These, maybe Gonyosoma. All different dates. A lot of these look like they're from January. So I do see some dimpling starting. Gonyosoma take a little bit longer than other species to hatch. So those are Gonyosoma. This is Gonyosoma. Gonyosoma. We have a lot going on with the Gonyosoma. I don't know 100%, but I think Gonyosoma. And I believe these also Gonyosoma. I believe these are like a somewhat kind of failed attempt at Lade fasciata, the Philippine mangrove snakes. One egg looks okay, the other one is caved in pretty hard. It was a very young female, so we weren't real hopeful on that. These are red-headed crate eggs. I saw these the other day. They were just laid on the 17th of March, and they looked okay the other day, but now they're starting to sweat, and I'm going to say that these eggs probably aren't good. Being off color is no big deal because some species will lay like super white, paper white eggs, and other species will lay eggs that are a little bit off color, but I don't like the way that these eggs are sweating, but give them a shot anyway, because that is actually a pretty rare animal. The next one here, this is a mix. I believe these, by looking by the shape, most of these look like either bronzeback or maybe flying snake eggs, these small thin ones, maybe bronzeback on those. But these other eggs are actually hatching, and these are Benculoensis, boiga Benculoensis. They just started hatching. You can see that they're pipping here. Hey, buddy. So that's pretty cool. Always cool to see baby snakes. We got some have pipped here, and I'm just gonna leave this snake in here. My thoughts are that the more that the snake or snakes that have left the egg kind of crawl across the eggs that have not hatched yet, sometimes I feel like just the vibration sort of can stimulate the babies inside the eggs to want to kind of start moving around and poking around and slit to get out. So I like to leave the babies kind of all together like that for a while. I don't know what these are. February 16th. Something's going on here. Oh, here we go. Mangroves. Melanota. Hey, dude. You want to come out? You look like you do. No? Maybe not. Come on. Come on. We're here for another day, so I will manually pip the rest of these eggs since we have one coming out right here. Come on. Yep, melanota. It's quite a big baby coming out of that little egg, especially compared to the benculoensis. Those snakes are really thin and skinny and wormy, but that's pretty cool. A nice little clutch here, good size. So, like I just explained, gonna leave that one in there, let it kind of crawl around and stimulate the others, hopefully. These, I'm not sure. They look like Gonyosoma based on the shape. And yeah, actually, I think when it's US, I can assume that that's definitely Gonyosoma. I don't know what those are. Yep, I don't know. There's some initials on here, but I'm not sure. And the US doesn't necessarily mean United States. It could be Ular something. So that's probably what it is. Ular means snake, and I think these are going to be phasmid eggs, I think. They look kind of like little seeds. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what those are. They look like little beans. Not sure. Okay, so have a nice little production going on here. So we'll see what hatches in time for my export, and what does well, what establishes, and that sort of thing. But we're going to move on. There are some animals here in the facility that I think are pretty cool that you may want to see. Couple of captive hatch Pitayas fusca. This size can be sometimes difficult, but usually they're pretty aggressive feeders if you're feeding them the right stuff. They love movement. Geckos are their #1 preferred food item. But it's cool to see them this size. Fusca actually do really well in captivity if you start with good animals that are not compromised, and also if you're providing them the correct food. They'll eat quail and chicks and frogs and all that kind of stuff, even some rodent prey, but when they're this size, they're really focused on taking lizards. So a little bit of a challenge. Once they get up to some size, they usually are doing pretty well. We have some small adults also that we're going to be bringing over, but I think we'll have a couple babies as well. All right, so now I want to show you some venomous snakes. The Wagler's vipers, There is so much variation in these, it's really amazing. When we're looking through here and we're kind of like trying to pick something for our facility, trying to find something different, it is very, very difficult because they are all amazing in their own right. I did go through and I found a couple animals that I thought were a bit different. This is not one of them. This is just showing you, this is just kind of a random selection of a really big female. The males of these are somewhat plain. Dominant color is green and they're very, very small. But the females are just crazy colorful, giant heads, short, stubby bodies. So I'm just gonna grab a couple I wanna show you guys. And then at the end, I'm gonna show you the ones that I think we are going to bring over to the facility and get into some of the glass tanks that we have. Here's another one, a little smaller. I just pulled it out because the sides have more white scalation and a little more gold than the other one. The other one seemed like it had more of a green color as dominant. So I'll just show you that one. This one has more gold as a dominant color, kind of just a small like subadult. But they're all so beautiful in their own right. So our eyes are kind of going to this one. We like the high amount of yellow. It's just a little bit different, has more yellow scales. But like I said, it's so hard to pick a favorite. So we're kind of looking at this one, and then there's one more really big one I want to show you guys that I'm also kind of eyeballing. So this is the one that I'm really looking at just for the sheer size. Very similar to that smaller one. Yellow is the dominant color. Just a really nice looking animal. Big female. But I don't know, you guys, it's so hard to pick. I know we want to put a couple in there, but they're just so beautiful.